Hey everybody, okay, so we are going to be doing a car chat about the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 10. This is the aftermath of the fight, so this is going to be really laid back and cool. Y'all see Cairo in the back, y'all see my broken nail. This is a relaxed video, okay? Stay tuned. Alright, so we are dealing with the aftermath of the fight. Now, I know I did not do a standalone video on my channel about my thoughts about the fight. But if you have not seen my whole, thoughts, I did a podcast with my friend over on Now We've Said It. I'm going to leave that link down in the description box. It was a really good live stream where we really discussed everything. But I'll give y'all a quick little... since I ain't said nothing here. Ooh, yes, for the lighting. Okay. Basically, I felt like Monique was wrong. She's been waiting on a reason to give Candiace the business. That's just the bottom line. We all know it. And this was her reason. Now, once Candiace started asking for the beat down, like they were saying in this episode, asking ye shall receive, honey. It is what it is. Candiace was up there with the big mouth and the big talk, okay? And she got the big bump to prove it. Don't feel sorry for her. And I respect Monique's, I said what I said. I stand in my own. I respect it. And that's what I had to say about last week. So basically, the gist of this week's episode, y'all know I don't take notes, I just give you my thoughts. The gist of this week's episode really was about the fallout and Monique's apology to the group. This scene, so they decided to let Karen host it. Karen be the moderator. She had her little snacks and stuff. Monique was the one who really wanted to bring all the women together and to discuss it. And she felt like Karen's house would be kind of like neutral ground. She did not want Candiace to be there. However, Karen did invite Candiace, but Candiace didn't want to be there either. And it just would have been too soon. So, this is maybe not even a full week after the fight has happened. So, it wouldn't have been smart for her to be there anyway. So, I'm glad Candiace did not show up. Because nothing was going to get handled. I mean, and honestly, nothing got handled with this little intervention. We're at Karen's house. I don't remember who showed up first. I want to say maybe Robin. Surprisingly, was on time and showed up first. And Robin had a whole lot of vitriol, okay? Robin had a lot of vitriol for Monique in this, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I just was like, wow, Robin is high-key upset. Why? And another person that was super high-key upset that was surprising to me was Wendy. Wendy, why are you so, you're new. You're new to this group. So she okay. I'm trying not to get off, you guys, but I do have a lot of thoughts. We did see Ashley bring baby Dean, and Giselle comes in with a security person. No one but Giselle would be this petty and this shady. First of all, this is not the Real Housewives. Not Real Housewives. This is not Love and Hip Hop of Atlanta. They don't need bodyguards. And nothing about coming to Karen's house says that you're going to need to bring KB, your bodyguard. Giselle is so effing petty. And you know what? I will be honest to say that if it was somebody I liked that did that, I might have chuckled a little bit. But because it was Giselle, it just rubs me the wrong way, because she's so high and mighty and righteous. So that's just going to take us into the conversation. So Monique comes in and she, gives her spiel about how she blacked out, and how everything went down. And while she's, essentially, spilling her case and giving her apologies to the women, Giselle goes, wait, I need to take notes. why do you need to take notes? So that to me already, like, Giselle came in there on, F this girl, I don't like her, I'm gonna come in here and talk my ish and let her know that now I actually have a legitimate reason not to F with you, and I'm going to make sure that you know it. You know, that's how Giselle walked into the room. And so when Monique is sitting there explaining herself and Giselle interrupts her to say that she's going to have to take notes to address everything that Monique said, it already let you know where Giselle was. And you already know Giselle and Robin have been on the phone talking. They've already been on the phone. They're upset. They felt like Monique had no remorse. She went on to Twitter and doubled down on her feelings, like I said, about, asking you shall receive. And now for some reason, because Monique got into a physical altercation with Candiace, it's like she set the entire black womanhood back 500 years. Let Robin and Giselle say it. Now, we're just going to forget about when Robin and Giselle came up to Ashley's place of business and was confronting her and were aggressive with her. Now, had Ashley been Monique, Ashley would have put some hands on them because they were the same exact aggressive way. But Monique getting physical has set them all back, and it's all this big thing. Then you get Wendy going in talking about her job, and do you know how many B's I've been called, and how people talked about my children and all this. And Monique was like, well, that's you. And I was with Monique 110%. Boo, that is you. That is the job that you signed up to be on. That is the choices that you make, and that's great. You were sitting there not even 6 episodes ago going in with Ashley in a high tone, very, very aggressive way. So you're no better than Monique just because at this point Monique snapped and she put it like. So I don't feel like Wendy was any better, and I don't like this whole way that she was trying to be extremely like she had so much to say, and you're new here. And then when she went on to talk about her job and all of this kind of stuff and all the names she's been called, that's all well, great, and good. Like Monique was saying, that's you. Monique has made it clear since the beginning that she was hood, and she had hood in her back pocket, and her finger's always on the trigger. So when you try her, it is what it is. Now, do I think that the situation warranted her to put hands on Candiace in that moment? No. But this has been a long time coming, and we all know it's been a long time coming. So this was her moment to give Candiace what she needed. And the way that these women went on to berate her and to chastise her like they were her parents pissed me off. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I'm sorry. I'd have been like, if you and the horse you rode in on. First of all, I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't have to. I'm coming to you and just letting you know what happened. And Giselle took this moment to really dig her heels in and to really make it known, because we already know she doesn't like Monique. She's never liked Monique. And so now she has a valid excuse to write her off. So she goes on to say, well, when I went home, I talked to my daughters and I let them know what happened, and my daughters don't want me to be around you. Well, heifer, your daughters don't want you to be around their dad, but you're still doing that. So miss me with the, oh, my daughters are so upset and don't want me, because you don't care nothing about your daughters being upset when it comes to being with their doggone daddy. And while we talking about Jamal, while we're talking about Mr. Chocolate, Giselle's sitting up here talking about she doesn't want this to be an example for all black women or an example for her daughters as how to act. So the example that you would rather have is that you can have a man out here literally cheating on you and having babies on you, but you can take him back. So that's the example that Giselle wants to have for her children. I was too through with her grandstanding, and I just don't want to be around you, and let me take notes so I can address everything. No, let's address you and Robin pulling up on Ashley at the restaurant. That was aggressive. Do you not feel like that? Y'all were sitting there talking about dragging Ashley. So let's not sit up here and try to play these mind games like all of y'all have not been in aggressive situations that could have easily turned violent at the wrong. Y'all, you done mixed alcohol. You done set up here and mix. I'm already through with you because you've come after my family. Like your hands are up. Boom. Boom. It's a perfect storm. So I respect Monique for coming in there trying to, state her case, trying to, talk to the women. But I wouldn't have did it. I'm sorry. I don't have to sit up here and explain myself to you. I don't. And if you don't like it, you don't have to hang with me. Hell, Giselle, you ain't want to hang with me to begin with. And Robin was pissing me off too. I'm sorry. Like, Robin had all of this vitriol and all of this hoopla to say, again, as if her and Monique had not gotten into it, and she had not been an aggressor in converse, and and had been. It's just like, I don't want to hear it. So it's all this talk about how Monique is setting black womanhood behind, but y'all all have been aggressive. And this is why we watch reality TV. It has, like, I'm not sitting here thinking about the plight of womanhood when I'm looking at reality TV. Okay? We're not. Whether it's Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Love and Listings, I don't care. Pick one. There's, like, this is essentially what's expected on these shows. You're expected to have some type of drama. You're expected to have some type of conflict. And if you keep putting people in these type of high stress conflict situations, at some point hands are gonna get put on somebody. It is what it is. This is why I would never be able to do reality TV show. That ain't the life I'm trying to live. And if that ain't the life you're trying to live, then maybe First Lady Giselle, First Lady Judgment, you need to get off of the show. Because it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you think that you are uplifting the black womanhood by the actions that you take, by being two-faced, by being shady, by taking back your little philandering husband, by always talking about people? Are you uplifting black womanhood? Because those things are just as detrimental as as Monique and Candiace getting into an altercation. So miss me with your holier than thou rhetoric. I'm over it. And I was so aggravated by how those women felt like they had a right to sit here and berate this grown woman. I appreciated Karen coming in and basically trying to get them off of her a little bit, but also holding Monique accountable. And no one's saying not to hold Monique accountable, but just you can hold her accountable, but it's not your position to chastise her. I also wanted Ashley to step up because Ashley wasn't here for it either. But unless they cut it out, we didn't hear her say anything. And I wanted to hear her point too. I wanted her to get them together. I don't like that. And again, Wendy, you are too new. Sit down and shut up. We don't even know if we like you yet. We don't even know if we like you enough to speak. Okay? Shut up. Now what I did find a bit much was when Monique went and was like, well, can I hold baby D? Now that was funny. I think it was Robin said she's on her political stuff. She's on her DC stuff, kissing babies. And that was funny. That was a bit much. It did seem like disingenuous. I don't know. I've been hearing people say that word. I don't know which one is the correct word. But anyway, it didn't seem authentic. It definitely did not seem like it fit in what was going on. Like it was too much. And I felt like I still do. I respected Monique for standing in it. Now now that I've addressed all the other women, let me address Monique for a second. Hold on, let me get in this gate, chat. I do not believe that she did not remember what happened. I think that it can be very well true to say that some things that she did not remember. because of the adrenaline of everything. I can completely understand that, but I don't think that it's true to say that like it took her days to remember. Like maybe that's just me. Again, I ain't never been in a fight. I don't know how that goes. I don't know if you don't remember. But I don't necessarily believe that she was so discombobulated and that she did not remember the details of the fight. Also, I do believe that it was from her camp. I'm not saying that Monique specifically, but I do believe that someone from her camp did leak this information to the blogs. And I want us all to stop acting like these housewives don't leak things to the blogs. They all leak things to the blogs. They all have a blog, a specific blog that they can call and speak their piece to. So I do believe that. But of course, they'll never own it on the show. But yes, Monique, you did have someone from your camp did leak it to the blogs. We all know that that's what happened. And I appreciate her being like, well, I don't feel like I have to apologize to Candiace. And just because y'all want me to apologize doesn't mean that I have to. I'm not going to give a fake apology. And that's what they want in this group all the time. They want these fake apologies, and we're going to fuss and berate you until you give an apology. No. Stand in it. If I don't think that if I'm unapologetic, then I'm unapologetic. Point blank and the period. Put a line through the T and a dot on the I. I'm not going to sit up here and apologize for something that I'm not sorry for, especially a week after. My emotions are still on 10. If I don't think I'm wrong, I just don't. Now, she has since apologized. She's since, calmed down. Things like that, it happens. You change your mind. You see the error in your ways. But I stand in it. And it's not for Wendy, Giselle, Robin, Ashley, Cameron, or KB, the security guard, to tell Monique when to apologize for something that, if she doesn't feel like she's wrong. It is what it is. So that whole scene was so stupid. Like it was nothing but a lynching circle, and I was over it. All of this high and mighty acting, miss me with it. So while all of this is going on, Candiace is with Dr. Ken, in therapy. And honestly, I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to feel, and I don't dislike Candiace. I just don't necessarily feel sorry for her. I get what she's saying, that she did apologize multiple times, and that she did care for Monique. But all of this is not lining up with the story that we know in the back end. If you're my sister, then you know how I feel about Sharice. So then you wouldn't have brought her to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And also, there's just some accountability to be held. You can't sit up here and just be like, oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all into this blowout. But you can't just be like, oh, I just don't know. She just snapped on me. And yes, I did. Now Monique was wrong for flicking the hair, and then I flicked her, and then she just grabbed me. But you're not talking about how you were being provoking. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't think that that's fair. Like, we know that Candiace is going to play the victim in this. And do I think that she did enough to get drugged like she did? I don't. But I also don't think that she was completely innocent in it. They both hold blame. If we're going to have to put it into some percentages, I would say 60-40. 65-35 Monique's way. But Candiace owns some responsibility in that, and it just aggravates me that that everyone is trying to place her as if she's this huge victim, and that is, to me, unfair. But also, I think that might be why Monique's team leaked it out to the blogs, because we know that Candiace is good at playing the victim, and so they tried to get ahead of it. Now, I don't know, y'all gonna cuss me out down in the comments. I already know, and I'm okay with it. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this episode, y'all. I done made it to my destination, so let me get on out of here. That's all I got to say. They done aggravated me, and Giselle and her security are dismissed. All right. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll probably see y'all again sometime. I'm actually, y'all, as y'all can see, like, I got a lot going on. I'm in transit, so y'all aren't gonna be getting a whole bunch of videos from me like usual. But please make sure you have your notification bell on, because y'all will be getting some of like these type of car chats and things like that. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Shout out to my beauties, the Patreons, and you can check those people out right here.